Dokkan has around 135 total link skills currently in the game. For many units, link skills can make a massive difference in stats and overall performance. The best units always link well with their team, but some less popular units might be cursed with a poor link set that holds them back from reaching their true potential. In this video, I want to go over some of the worst link skills a unit can be cursed with. These rankings are not just based on stats, but a few other things that I will explain when I get to them. And if you guys like this type of video, let me know by interacting with it. Now let's get straight into the list. The first link skill I talk about has to be Galactic Visitor. Key +2 and defense +20% for one link skill actually seems quite good, but then you look at the units who have this link and it's basically useless. You'll never guess how many units have this link, but if you guessed 4, then you'd be right. It's literally just 2 SR based Gokus and 2 SR Jackos. This genuinely could be removed from the game and no one would even notice. Now, I want you to guess who has the Destroyer of the Universe link, and if you get it wrong, you have to like and subscribe. Is it A, Beerus, B, Majin Buu, C, Turles, or D, Champa? Are you ready? Well, if you guess C, then you're correct. Turles is the Destroyer of the Universe according to this link, and so is Raisin, the R rarity unit. This is another Team Turles link, but now he's actually included and gets a whopping 25% attack and 15% defense, which would be great if the team had more than 3 other usable units. We've got Majin Resurrection Plan next, and this link skill is another key +2 and defense +20%. The issue with this one is they gave up on it right as it could have been really good. They like to feature Majin Vegeta on this team, but oddly enough, there's 3 Majin Vegetas missing here, and 2 of those Vegetas are actually really good and could have benefited from this link. All they have to do to revive this link skill is add those 2 Majin Vegetas, and when they release more Daburas and Babidis in the future, make sure they have it too. Another terrible link is the Ultimate Lifeform. This link sucks because it's meant for Perfect Cell, but there's only 5 differently named Perfect Cell units in the game, and they won't be on any good team together. It's possible to run them on a team, but it's never going to be a good one, even with the help of this link giving 2 key, 3% HP, and 10% attack and defense. I want to mention the Connoisseur skill because for a link that only has Whis and Beerus on it, it doesn't offer enough to use a second Beerus or Whis just to activate it. All you get is 7% HP and defense. It also doesn't make a lot of sense to give defense when there's only 1 or 2 units on this link that are actually meant to take hits. Fortune Teller Baba's Fighter has potential. It gives 3 key and 5% attack and defense to its characters. The reason this link sucks is there's only 1 usable unit with this link, and the 4 other units on the link are SRs and Rs that are quite hard to get. This link could be amazing if Dokkan makes more DB Saga units and teams. STR Devilman isn't a bad unit, and if he had some good partners, this team could be very unique and solid. Team Turles is horrible for 3 main reasons. Firstly, they don't even give Turles this link. Second, it just gives 2 key and 5% crit chance, and third, only has 2 UR units, and both of them already have crit built into their kit. The other units with this link are just SRs and Rs. Truly a worthless link. It's almost a good thing that Turles units don't waste a link slot on this one. Fusion Failure is the most worthless link ever, considering it only has Veku and the Gotenks failure units. What's even worse is that all you get for running these 3 together is 7% HP. This link almost has no potential to get more useful. They will probably never get a new Dokkan Fest or Carnival unit, especially since how they aren't popular enough to make a lot of money for Dokkan. But you never know. If we do get one, I'm sure the 7 Veku and failed Gotenks fans will rejoice. Formidable Enemy as a link is another waste of time. It makes absolutely no sense to run any of the units with this link, since all you get is 15% attack, and they probably won't share any other links or even be on similar leader skills. This is such a random link skill and seems to be mostly for free-to-play units aside from 1 Arale and a few awakened SRs. The units with this link are also pretty much forgotten or only used for super attack levels of better cards. Family Ties is a link that makes no sense. It gives 2 key and 10% attack, but the issue is that the only units with this link are Bardock and Goku in certain scenarios. It's a pretty weak link with very few units, and most of the SSJ Bardocks won't link anyway since they have the same name. The other issue with this link skill is the fact that this type of Goku and Bardock have not been run on the same team since the 70% mono leads were the meta. This is essentially a dead link skill unless a new Bardock that specifically focuses on the Goku's family category of releases. And if they want this link to be useful, they need to start applying it to Gohan and Goten units in the future. Another Bardock and Goku link skill is the First Awakened. You get 25% attack and 10% defense. This link only has a bunch of SSJ Bardocks, Gokus, and UI Gokus, as well as a few randomly sprinkled in Piccolo units. This is just a pointless link skill if they don't want to give it to newer MUI Gokus, Evo Vegetas, Orange Piccolos, or even Beast/Ultimate Gohans. Dodon Ray is pretty self-explanatory, a measly 15% attack and maybe 3 or 4 usable units. The other problem with Dodon Ray is how rare Tien and Mercenary Tau units are in general. Over 9000 offers 10% attack and defense and essentially only offers Saiyan Saga Vegeta and a few random Champa units that obviously wouldn't work together. This link could have easily been given to Nappa and Saiyan Saga cards in general just to make a cohesive team. Tag Team of Terror is another stupid gimmick link skill. Literally only Jace and Birder units have this link, and all it does is boost attack by 20%, which is good for normal links, but for a link that is exclusive to literally 2 characters, it should be way better and far more unique. The other big issue is that there's only one summonable UR unit that has this link, meaning it's essentially never going to be activated even if the Jace and Birder unit is good. No other unit has gotten this link skill in over 6 years, so you literally have no options if you want to use them. Speedy Retribution has a cool effect. It grants 15% attack and 5% dodge. The issue with this link is, when are you gonna ever use Dispo with Yamcha or Glorio or Oceanus Shenron or even Kitab Pezra? Also, if my pronunciation confused you, it's this guy who's on screen right now. Organic Upgrade is an Android 17 and 18 link, but the issue is, once again, not enough units, and sadly the amazing tech androids are a part of the 6 URs with this link skill, so they will almost never get this 2 key and 5% attack, defense, and crit. Hopefully when they get their EZA, there will be more new and useful androids with this link that can actually help them benefit from having it. New Frieza Army is literally a joke. It's 3 rare units, 1 free-to-play Golden Frieza/Sorbet, and the amazing Int Chilai, who will never benefit from having this useless link. The link offers 25% attack and defense, but with no one to use it, it's really pointless even if it offers a massive buff. Hatred of Saiyans gives 3 key and 10% attack. It was intended to be a tough link, but also includes Hachiyak. Not a very OP link to be honest, and I know it's meant for people who hate Saiyans for destroying their planets, but with a name like that, Frieza and Cooler could definitely have this link. Honestly, more of a wasted link than anything. It just sucks that it's so hard to use and barely gives you anything. Mechanical Menaces has 10 units besides the Arales that are essentially useless or impossible to get. This is only a bad link because it's super wasted on units you never use or see. If new units had links like this, it would be completely busted since this link gives 2 key and 5% damage reduction. I hope that in the future we can get buffs to other links or just new links in general that have super cool and powerful effects like this one. But for now, Dr. Wheelo and Analyzer are the only ones who can really make use of this link. Telekinesis is not only useless in modern content since debuffs are nullified by most bosses, but also since the only units with this link are Supreme Kais, Chaozus, and Goldos, who are already useless enough even on their best teams. Flea is one of the most niche links in the game. It has such a random assortment of characters that it's impossible to make a cohesive team that uses this link. You've got Jocko, First Form Cell, Mighty Mask, and Giru are some to name a few. And it's not even a good link because it needs you to be below 50% HP to activate just for 2 key and 10% dodge. World Tournament Reborn sucks as a link because the only units who have it are a bunch of Oobs, Hercules, and Mighty Mask URs that have no place on a team together. And a team running all these bums together needs far more than 20% attack to be even considered worth running together. And last but definitely least, we've got Evil Autocrats, aka the Majin side character's link skill. This link has 1 UR unit and it's HEL, Yamu, and Spopovich. The rest are all rares and N rarity cards, which is absolutely laughable. The link isn't even good enough to risk running any character that has it. It gives 2 key and debuffs enemies defense by 20%. Anyways, I think that's enough for now. Let me know in the comments if I missed any terrible links in your opinion and if you enjoyed the video. Thank you all so much for watching.